Hey everybody. Well, it never ceases to amaze me that some strange projects still seem to make their way onto my property for work or repair or one thing or another, and this is uh, no different. So a few days ago, a buddy of mine, neighbor, called me or texted me at work, needed my other friend's phone number, and I gave it to him. It turns out the reason why I needed it was he needed our trailer to go pick up this. Now, this is sitting on my product. It's been sitting here for a couple days now. So I am not, by any means, nor will I claim to be, a tractor aficionado. But, I find tractors, especially these older ones, to be intriguing. They were, after all, the backbone of the country. So this is what we got here. 47 Farmall Cub tractor. It's a flat 4 gas engine that's at 8.99 horsepower at the drawbar. It does run, kind of. They said when they picked it up, started it and ran it just long enough to turn it around to kind of line it up with the trailer, and then the carburetor flooded out and she died out. So I never heard it run yet, and I hope to hear it run soon, as long as the weather cooperates. We are, after all, in the wet season here in Oklahoma. So we do have some repair work that needs to be done on it. The biggest things to keep it from running right now, aside from the carburetor rebuilt, battery is DOA, won't take a charge, and the cables and cable ends are also POS. So we need a battery, we need cables with ends, and we need a carb kit. With any luck, that should make this thing run. Aside from making it run, it's got, your regular crap that's been, it's been sitting for a long time. We've got a leaky steering box up there. That's just a seal that needs to be replaced. The wiring is going to be gone through. This has a generator rather than an alternator, and it's running what? It's not 12 volt, it's 6
volt.
6 volt, and you're going to keep it as a 6?
I'm going to, why don't I step in front of the camera, so turn the camera so people see me and then they know.
Okay, well, this is the gentleman that bought it.
Hi, I'm the asshole that owns it. I'm Jaeger from Jaeger Does Minecraft.
And he paid, believe it or not, $300 cash.
And I beat the guy up, he wanted 8.
So this is what he got for 3, and anyway, he's going to kind of illustrate what, aside what I've already talked about, making it run, what else it kind of needs.
Yeah, and a little bit about it, because it is a very old model. This is number 743 of the first 800 built, which means it was actually built in 1946.
And I think you illustrated that there's a plate.
There is a plate right up here on the front. And Cub serial model started at 130,000. So there it means the tractor number 7. And there is your throttle max speed, 1800 RPMs.
All right.
Tractor lights, including the extremely rare 3-position rear light with road light. This was so you wouldn't get hit by a car or a truck.
Which I have seen happen in Oklahoma and Arkansas.
I've seen a lot happen. This one had a farmer conversion. This is a battery that you don't see. It's an 8-volt battery. Farmers would put these on there because it would still, the generator would charge it and it would turn the tractor over a little faster. But it's missing the battery cover. It's missing the cover for the toolbox. The tires are disintegrating.
Well, such is the nature of an old tractor.
And we're missing the foam rubber pad, but that ain't nothing I can't buy. Everything else on it is complete. The hoist is not original to this tractor. It's off a newer Cub, as these models had a hand lift. And we're missing the little choke pull loop and the fusible link cap for the dash light. Otherwise, the tractor is very complete. No rust pits going through the metal anywhere. Cleaned out the air breather and it was clogged full of just junk. Put fresh oil in it. Front end's good. It steers. The brakes work. PTO works. It's a Woods 42 mower on it.
And there is no cancer anywhere on this thing. I looked at it yesterday. There's no cancer.
There's only one minor rust spot underneath the hood on the opposite side where water has run down the side. You can even still kind of make out the Farmall logos. Grill is all there, just a minor dent, and it has the always missing crank.
Which is what I think really sets this particular tractor off. I can just envision old McDonald getting out with an old coffee cup and setting out to start the old tractor, doing it the old Model T style.
And it's got compression, be what it is for its size. These are the original lenses that came out factory with the tractor, and it still has the factory rubber grommets in the hood where the wiring goes through.
So in other words, for $300, he managed to score himself a very factory, very complete, very original 1947 workhorse from back in the day.
About a $4,500 tractor. And surprising enough to me is the fact that it does have the generator. Most of these were converted to alternators. And these two holes you see in the hood, they're caps on the generator. You reach underneath, flip the cap up, stick an oil can through there and oil the bearings. And it all still works.
And PTO, well, he's had it run, but he hasn't checked to make sure the deck will engage.
Does.
Oh, it does engage?
PTO engages. I've pushed in the clutch, flipped the PTO engagement, let out on the clutch, and it took off and ran flawlessly. The belt is fairly new, and so is the blade.
So we got ourselves a workhorse. We just need to put a little bit of TLC into it. We got some wiring issues that need to be
just
sorted out, just old wiring. But that's what man-created hardware stores for.
Everything else, though, is very complete. And there's just a few oil leaks that need to be fixed on the motor. I'm not sure if this grease on the pan is from the pan seeping, the oil filter drain tube, or if the rear main is seeping.
It's probably the drain tube.
It may be the rear main because there's some grease and crud up around the clutch plate. And then to fix that, we have to split the tractor in half, but that's still not a bad fix. And it does have a couple of gaskets at the PTO that are just seeping, and that's just a matter of taking a cover off and replacing. And if any of you guys know where to find one, I am missing a cover on part of the final drive back here. There's a little steel cover that goes right here, and I'm missing one. If anybody knows where I can find one of these, let me know.
And for that matter, if by some miracle anybody has the original paperwork on one of these rigs,
we'd be interested.
The original, I know they had sale flyers and anything to do with this tractor from when it was brand new, sitting on the lot, begging for somebody to buy it. Shoot, we'd like to add it to our collection just to have it for this rig.
And a drawbar. It is missing the factory drawbar. That's the Woods mount bar. I would like to find that. I do have a front cultivator for it. I do have a planter that fits to it. But I'd like to find the sickle bar mower for one. And I'd like to find the turning plow for one. Or better, the disc plow.
So, there we have it. A new project sitting here at Poor Redneck World. And, well, hopefully we'll get it running pretty soon. I think he said he was going to go get a carb kit for it tomorrow.
That's exactly right.
And carburetor on this looks, real simple to pull off. Couldn't get much simpler than that. It's right beneath the T-bar intake. And
it's 2 bolts.
2 bolts and a couple hoses in that intake, air intake snorkel, and that's about it. So we'll get that pulled off and get it pulled apart and get our can of carb dip, and probably got a bunch of muck and gump in there.
And even more amazing is it is the factory IH carburetor. It still has the IH logo right on it.
So anyway, that's pretty much what we got sitting here as a new project. It's his property, but got it sitting here for now. We're going to do some working on it.
I do have the original gas cap, folks. So I know somebody's going to point that out, that chrome's not right. I just need a new rubber for it. And I have an original IH radiator cap.
Because that ain't factory.
No, that ain't.
My only complaint is it's gas.
Well, like I always say, if it ain't red, leave it in the shed.
Alright, well, we're going to close out. We don't want to have too long of a video here because I'm using my friend's computer to upload, and it takes a while. Speaking of that, I know some people have asked me how come I upload my videos in bursts, 4, 5, 6 at a time. Well, my new work schedule kind of negates me getting to internet access daily or nightly, and at least for the time being. So I kind of upload when I have said opportunity. So anyway, we're going to sign off, and as usual, thanks for watching, and comments welcome.